Hey YouTube, so I'm back with another health video. This one is going to be about me being on permanent disability at 25. So 7 months ago, I got hit really hard with functional neurological disorder. It causes tics, seizures, and tremors. It was quite severe in February. I just randomly had a really bad seizure at work, and it just kept continuing. I couldn't eat, drink water, couldn't walk, couldn't do like anything for days. So I was in and out of the hospital. None of the doctors knew what to do, and so it was a long series of tests, seeing different professionals, and then they finally came up with the diagnosis of functional neurological disorder because there was nothing structurally wrong with me, as they know. So through the last 7 months, they've been trying to treat me through medication. I started on clonazepam. I'm trying to wean off of that now. And they then tried to switch me to pregabalin. That is my main medication right now. And now I just added venlafaxine, anxiety medication. And then I did some chiropractic, also physiotherapy in the beginning because I couldn't walk. I can walk better now. And so in that time, obviously I wasn't working and I had medical bills. In Canada, healthcare is free, so I mean going to the hospital is free, doctor's appointment is free, but medication isn't free. And then just normal bills. I mean, I moved back in with my parents. At that time, I was living in a 80s RV with my boyfriend, but it was not, it wasn't disability proof. So I moved in with my parents. I couldn't pay rent or help out with any food. It was really hard for me. And so I actually applied for government assistance. And so in the beginning, I actually thought, my work told me that I was covered under their insurance to have disability leave. And so it took a while, so I applied for it. They were looking at my case, but I was like 1 week off from being insured. So in the end, they told me they couldn't cover me. So then I applied, for financial assistance through the government, which is like, they start you off with $650 and it's called hardship pay. So then they asked me, well, why didn't you apply for medical EI? And I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I applied for medical EI, but you're supposed to apply within 2 weeks of being laid off. And so I had to go through this whole thing of writing up a letter and getting proof that I was denied insurance for my work. And so once that went through, I think it was like 15 weeks after I had gotten laid off, which is the amount of time that you get on medical EI. So I just applied for major back pay, but during those, just 15 weeks, like 3-4 months. After that amount of time, I was getting hardship pay from the government, which is $650. And so when I finally did get a payout from EI, it wasn't very much because I actually had to pay the government back what they gave me. And then at that time, I had already started going to the chiropractor, which was $1,000 a month. And so that just got eaten up really quick. So then I kept on applying for assistance, and through that you get like some medical coverage. I think you get dental and maybe a little bit of optical, but then I was having issues because I got a little bit of money, I think it was in the beginning of June, and so they wouldn't give me a check then, which I understood, but they wouldn't also give me a check for July. So it was really challenging financially. It's so hard. My heart goes out to people who don't have anywhere to go when they get sick, or people to look after them, or like look after them financially. I was so lucky that I didn't have to go into like major debt to look after myself or pay for my medical bills. So at that time I was seeing my doctor and my psychiatrist. Things weren't going great, still aren't going great. And so it was July. They were like, okay, you should apply for PWD, so permanent disability. And so it was a lot of work. You had to fill out like a huge paper booklet. You write up yourself of like what your diagnosis is, how it affects you in your daily living, and then you check off all these things, and then your doctor has to fill it out, and then you need one more person to fill it out. It kind of helps your case. So I had my sorry, my brain is like me. My physiotherapist fill out the rest of it because she was the one that saw me kind of at my worst when I could not walk and right when I was kind of out of the hospital. And so she kind of went through it interview style, and we talked about my struggles and stuff, and she filled that out. That was actually expensive though. They said that like you give them a $75 check thing from the government that they can like cash in for doing the appointment, but I actually got charged $150 for that, which was kind of lame, but it's okay. So I waited about a month, and I was told by a lot of people that you actually get denied your first time and you have to fight it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, so stressful. And so I just waited and waited. And then at it was the beginning of August, they confirmed me. They actually messed up my first check by giving me just a little bit of money, not all of it. And so I don't know, dealing with the government is hard. I called them multiple times. There's been multiple people who've been horribly rude to me on the phone. And so just dealing with them is so hard. And we don't even have a government office in Terrace to deal with financial aid. And so you have to actually call in, and but like we have a small town called Kitimat that's like 45 minutes away, way smaller than Terrace, and they have a government office. So I've actually driven there to like ask questions and like talk to a real person. Anyways, in August, I got approved, which was amazing for me. I'm super grateful. So what you get in Canada, BC, is you get $375 for rent, and then like $950 for living, and then $50 for transportation. So like in the end, it's like $1,400 a month. It's not like a whole lot of money, but it's enough right now to get by. I don't have like a bunch of bills. I'm not driving. I just help out when I can. I give rent to my parents. It makes me feel a lot better. And then I use $1,000 to do medical things. Yeah, so on top of your money that you make monthly, every year, if you want to work or can work, you can make on top of what you're getting $15,000 a year. So if I want to go back to work part-time, I can, and I can still collect my PWD, which is so awesome. I've never been able to work full-time. It has always been super hard on me, mentally, physically exhausting. I think that's part of why I have my condition. I just cannot handle it. So I am really excited to hopefully get some, ease and start to get better slowly and go back to work eventually and drive eventually. But it's definitely like, I think it's a processing being 25 and being on permanent disability. That's kind of a lot. I mean, I had so many dreams for myself and where I thought I'd be at, traveling and living this like awesome, cool life, and live in my parents' house, making barely no money, and am sick. But I'm trying to be positive and kind of just like work through this and try to be really grateful for what I have right now and really connect with the things that I love, like art. I've been painting so much. I'm gonna do an art show next year, so every month I just say, okay, I'm going to work on one painting and I'm going to take my time and it's not going to be stressful. So that's been really awesome for me. Yeah, as well as just small crafts. Very like tired these days, so I usually just choose like one thing for the day. I do it, and then if I have a little bit extra energy, might do some yoga or exercise. And then a little bit of an update on medication wise. So I messed up on my last video talking about my medication for the venlafaxine, so the anxiety meds. I thought I was taking 0.5 milligrams. It's 37.5 milligrams times 2. I don't know the math on that. I feel stupid for messing that up. Because I went to the psychiatrist and she's like, oh, how much are you taking? And I said 0.5. She's like, that's not right. And so I showed her the bottle and then she's like, there's a 37 in front of that 0.5. I'm like, didn't see that. Yeah. So I went up in my pregabalin. So I was at 300 milligrams a day and now I'm at 600 milligrams a day. And I am still coming down on the clonazepam, which has been very hard. Lots of withdrawal symptoms, fatigue, anxiety, just physical pain, yeah, and then increased seizure activity. I can't even go to like any stores right now. No grocery stores. I can't go anywhere. Maybe I'll insert some clips here of some videos that I've been taking of just like my health lately. At this point, I cannot go inside restaurants because else it makes me tick because of the overstimulation, and I will have a seizure and lose control of my body to the point where I can't walk. So we're trying to get some food for lunch, and I really wanted to go inside, but I can't. It's very disappointing. But yeah, that's kind of my take on my permanent disability. I don't know. If you have any questions about it or whatever, feel free. I love you all. Thank you for watching these videos on my health. I super appreciate the support and the comments and the subscribing. It's been really fantastic, and this has been a wonderful outlet. Goodness, it's been a wonderful outlet for me.